What's up guys, it's Roger and welcome back to the channel. Trials has finally started in the Witch Queen and it's been a pretty fun weekend. I haven't had the most fun only because they don't have freelance this weekend, but I've been having fun just on my own and I've had some good matches and I'm excited to show you guys my strategy. Now I have done a video in the past showing my attack strategy on this map for Trials, so if you want to go check that out, I'll have that linked in the top right and I'll put it at the end of the video. Now this strategy is not extremely different from that strategy, but I did change a few things up. So let me start with our weapons. I'm going to be using a Vigilance Wing and sometimes I was using a No Time to Explain, just for the really long range engagements straight down middle, because I love challenging middle. That's my best thing to do in this map, and that's what I always prefer. With that, I'm pairing a retro futurist shotgun. This is my favorite shotgun of the game. I love the lightweights. Gonna give you that extra 20 mobility when you have it equipped, and it's something I really like to use when I have the ability to go offensive and rush down mid. I really like to, and I think a lightweight frame shotgun really enables that. I do just have read regrets on just because I needed the light level, because I'm a little bit behind, but I'm still fighting just fine. Now let's quickly go over everything we have in our subclass. So I'm using Nova Warp, which I'm barely getting. It doesn't even charge most of the time at the end of the match. I'm thinking about kicking out my intellect a little bit, but we'll see. Healing Rift, Blink of course, Pocket Singularity of course, and a Vortex Grenade. The aspects I'm using Feed the Voids for that Devour, and Shadow of the Old Gods, because I think it is absolutely amazing. So we're going to have 4 fragment slots. The fragments we are using are going to be Echo of Remnants, so our Vortex Grenade is going to last longer so we can really lock down areas in mid. With that, we're going to have Echo of Persistence. This is going to make our Devour last longer, which I think is an amazing thing to do. You really want that long duration on that Devour so you can keep proccing it and hopefully take out as many people as possible, especially if you're a solo player like me. It really comes in handy because that's 5 extra seconds. It takes your Devour duration from 10 seconds of usual to a 15-second duration when you have this fragment on. So remember that, and I think it's completely worth it. For using 10 Recov for 5 seconds of Devour, hugely worth it. After that, we have Echo of Expulsion. Whenever we get Void Ability Final Blow, it's going to cause targets to explode. If people are grouped up or whatnot, it can be really good to get some extra damage out there, and it has plus 10 intellect. We love that. Last but not least is going to be Echo of Dilation. I'll show you a little later on in the live commentary I have towards the end of the match, or the end of this video, excuse me, that I love Echo of Dilation. It gives you so much information, especially when enemies are stacked on top of each other. You can really use this to suss out where they are and how you want to plan to attack them. Plus, we get flat 10 mobility and flat 10 intellect. You can't go wrong there. So that's the build we're using. Let's go ahead, hop into some voiceover, and after that I'm going to be doing a live commentary match. I'll put some timestamps so you can see those on the scrub bar, of course. Skip ahead to whatever you want, or if you'd like to watch it all, I'd really appreciate that. Let's hop into it. Now, almost all these clips that I'm going to show you are going to focus on me starting a match. So as you can see here, I pulled out my lightweight frame shotgun so I can get some extra speed, and I blink forward. I actually messed my blink up there a little bit, but it was completely fine. Throw that Vortex Grenade out, and then pull your Pulse Rifle out so you can take those long range shots. Now, I hit that guy really well, was able to take him out. I also threw my Rift down so that my Clarence was able to deploy, which didn't end up doing much this time, but a lot of different times it can do some crazy shit. Now, I saw the opportunity there when that guy was getting res to go for a nice shotgun push, so that's exactly what I did. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the last takeout on that guy, but the teammates were smart enough to push up and get the little takeout there for a nice round 1 win. Now, same thing, I spawned on the other side, and this is directly after. You always want to take your shotgun out when you're pushing forward there if you have a lightweight frame shotgun on, because it's going to give you that extra mobility and the sprint speed so you can get down the lane faster. Now, if you don't have your nade or rift up, like I didn't have either of them up in this start, you don't have to do this start. You can go to one of the sides, but I always choose to go to the mid about 90% of the time, no matter what I have up. Now you can see here I got in behind them because my teammate decided to go to the left, and that let him distract them so I could get some really good shots and take 2 out. Now this guy really just let me get another kill on his teammate, and then I flicked nicely over to him and took them both out. Don't just feed your teammates. Like if they're just gonna get smacked after getting res, then just let them stay dead. It's not even worth it. Now I came down mid here, threw a nade out there, and sucked that guy in a little bit. Now I decided just to take some shots down lane, because he couldn't really peek me as much as he wanted to, and in a good position because my nade was there. As soon as I saw 2 enemies, I decided not to get too aggressive. So I backed up, recoved, and put a rift down. That let me get my Clarence, which as you see, flies down the lane there and goes towards the enemy, which let me go over here and help my teammates out while my Clarence was taking care of that guy. Helpfully, the teammate helped me out here because that guy did not want to get in range of my melee, so that could have been bad. I knew the enemy saw me on the radars, but I didn't really care, so I got aggressive and went in. I shot my melee here, which took one guy out, which let me switch back to my No Time to Explain and take this guy out really easily. You always gotta be watching your radar, and even if you're in a bad spot sometimes, you might just have to commit to the push, especially if you have teammates behind them. Now here I threw my Vortex Nade up a little higher, and you can see it actually does tick that guy, and it pulled him upwards a little bit. Now my teammate got absolutely domed behind me, which isn't the best thing. But with how good Child of the Old Gods is, you can really lock down an area and get those reses easily. So that's exactly what I did. I put the rift down and res my teammate and took this enemy out. Now Clarence is going to go out, but I decided, I saw this guy on the radar, blink over the log here, looked at my radar again and saw an enemy over the log again. So I blinked right back and slid in aggressively, did a double melee after this shotgun and was able to take him out. So you always got to watch your radar and be ready for things like that. So here's the beginning of another match. Round 1 is especially going to be the best round you can ever do this start on, because you're going to surprise the shit out of your enemies. They're going to see your astral sight, I'm sure, so they're going to expect you to be blinking, but they don't expect how fast you're going to get to that lane, and when you get there that fast, you can challenge them beautifully. As you see, I got there so fast, that guy slid in super aggressively, and that was a big fuck up on his part, because it allowed me to take him out, his teammate comes around the other side, and some great shots lets me take all 3 enemies out in round 1. So that's what you gotta do. That's the great part about blinking, especially when you have good mobility. You're gonna get to mid super fast and just start smacking your enemies. Now you can see here again, I didn't have anything up when I first got the lane, so I didn't have my nade, and I didn't have my Child of the Old Gods. But if you're a good player, you're gonna have good enough shots where it's not really gonna matter. Now I got aggressive here with the shotgun because I knew I probably could. Went in and whipped this guy real hard. Now after this, I was looking around for the last enemy, and he jumped in like a mad, and my teammate took him out before I could really even switch my shotgun, which is completely fine with me. Now here I'm going to show you a different start. So if you don't have either your rift or your nade, which I didn't here, you can go to the left or the right depending on which side you spawn on. You can see I'm using my echo of dilation here and sneaking, so I'm off the enemy's radar, but I also have an enhanced information from my radar to see exactly where the enemy is, and I use that to decide exactly when I wanted to strike and where I was going to be aiming when I came out of that blink. I missed a few shots on the guy at the end there, but the teammates were really smart and they had the follow-up and we got that round win. So you don't always have to go to the mid like this. Again, you can go to the left side, right side, whatever you want, but I really like that down part right there where you can come out of toilet bowl and blink up, and with your echo of dilation you have that amazing radar and you can really catch them by surprise. Now here I went in super aggressively. Again, this is another start of the match, so they weren't expecting the blink, and you can use that surprise factor to just take your enemies out really well and get an early start, an early advantage. Now we're moving into our last set of clips here before we get into the live commentary, and still some good ones, just showing off how amazing this really can be. You can see we get that nade there, and if you get enough shots, it can really secure that kill. Now, with the last time I showed this off, I was using Axions. That was before Void 3.0, and since Void 3.0, I actually do think that Vortexes are better than Axions for Warlocks, and I find it pretty funny that I've seen Titans and Hunters almost exclusively using Axion bolts, whereas I have stopped using them as a Warlock, because I think Vortex is actually just better. I think the lockdown it has, especially combined with Child of the Old Gods, just like I'm showing you here, is absolutely amazing. And when you do have Chaos Accelerant on, I think an overcharged Vortex nade is even better than an overcharged Axion. So that's something to keep in mind. I don't know your guys' opinion on that, but that's been my opinion on it. And I will probably still use Axions rarely, but for the most part, I'm going to be sticking with Vortexes because I truly do think that they are very good. So you can see I throw one here, I start getting some ticks, but then I saw over my right there was a dude just flying around, so I flicked over and we were able to take him out together. I got aggressive after that, blinked in on this guy and max range melee at him, saw his buddy and got a nice shot, but unfortunately wasn't able to kill him, so I was just waiting and hoping that my teammates would get the shots, and they came around before he full healed, and were able to take him out before he got that res. Now, I really do like this start, and I would definitely recommend trying this out to you guys. It's such a good way to catch your enemies by surprise, because just how fast you get to mid is insane. And if you have good shots, you will even face off with snipers and get the kills. And getting those early kills, those early picks, is a huge part of winning trials matches. You need those early picks, and when you can be the one to enable that by getting to mid so early, it can be absolutely amazing. Even if you can't enable the pick, just getting the lockdown out there with your nade and Child of the Old Gods is huge. So that's going to conclude all the clips I have for you guys, but I'm going to move into a live commentary of a full match, so I hope you enjoy that. Alright, looks like we got one sniper there. Okay, pulse rifle, fusion rifle, and pulse rifle's bad juju. Interesting. See if we can get a good match here. Of course I have like 2 amazing matches that I don't record because that's just the universe, and then the last few that I've done have just been absolute dog shit. It's mostly because I've stacked against a few restacks. There we go. So I'm actually going to take the shotgun out here and get really aggressive. And there we go. And that's my start, as you can see. So just like I showed you in those clips earlier where I was doing the little voiceovers, you're just going to go push ahead, get to middle there, throw your nade in. You saw we started taking a little bit of damage. Take some shots with your whatever long range weapon you're using. Again, I'm using a pulse rifle, specifically No Time to Explain, or Vigilant Swing as I'm using right now. And then you can take some shots and try to finish those kills up. Now, this time I don't have my grenade, so I'm just aiming down sights here, and I spawned my Child of the Old Gods, Clarence, as you guys should know him by now. There we go. Team shot him. And teammate's gonna take him out before I even land, but... So whenever you don't have a grenade, you're just gonna use your Child of the Old Gods, and it's so good the lockdown it can get you right in mid there, especially if it's around where you have your Child of the Old Gods and your grenade. You can do some insane things. And especially with Vortex grenades now, how they do that little pull when you first get somebody hit by them, they yoink your opponent a little bit. And that's really good. So that's why I like Echo of Dilation. You can see our radar, and we can see there's that guy, 2 guys underground right now. So what I'm going to do is go ahead, turn around, throw a nade here. We actually did a little bit of damage. We're going to blink over here. Take some shots, slide in, and get ready for the next one to peek me. And there we go. We're going to take both of them out and get a nice little round win there. That's why I really like Echo of Dilation. I think I've been telling you guys not to sleep on it. You can get so much information on your enemies. All you have to do is crouch, and you get such a fine-tuned radar. And I saw both of them were right there, over in, what is that, Shrine, something like that. I forget the call out right now. But you get my point. And I knew I could just challenge and take them both out. I'm going to push forward a little bit, just because power's spawning. I'm actually going to blink forward here. And I'm going to throw down a rift. We're going to blink on this guy. And just take him out. I was going to get behind him and shotgun him, but he decided to start running that way. But I put my rift down before just so I made sure I have my Child of the Old Gods. Whenever you're going to go into a fight that might be risky and you might die, make sure you're putting down your rift first if you have it, because you want to get that Child of the Old Gods and get some damage off on your enemy, so that way, no matter what, your Child of the Old Gods is going to deploy, which can lock down some area for your teammates and do some damage, keep the enemy from healing too much, and then your teammates can really get good, easy cleanup. That was some good damage to start off there on that guy. Getting a nice 3-tap on this guy, and then teammates are going to take him out before I could get to him. So that's an easy 5-0. Finally, the Destiny God smiled upon me and gave me a good match to show off to you guys. So you can really see that's my play style on this map. That's what I like to do. Super face off in the middle. Use your Child of the Old Gods. Use your Vortex Grenade. Get that amazing lockdown and take those enemies out. And when you need to, rush forward with your shotgun and use Blink to its full potential. Get above them, get behind them, whatever you have to do. That's what your Blink is for. You can rotate really fast with it, and it'll catch your enemies by surprise, and you'll get easy wins. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know I enjoyed making it, and I'm going to have fun on this weekend of trials. I'm going to play some more, get some good clips. We'll see what else I want to do. If you guys want to see any more live commentary of matches or anything like that, let me know, because I don't know what you guys want to see. If you want to just know what my strategy is when I'm playing on trials for that weekend, what you should be using, what you should be doing, or if you want to just see some live commentary or whatnot. So let me know that kind of stuff. I have a lot of stuff coming out in the next few days and weeks and whatnot that I'm very excited about. I have a lot of work to do, so I am going to be grinding stuff out because there's a lot of videos that I'm really excited to make for you guys and show off. If you did enjoy today, be sure to leave me a like and a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload in the future. Thank you for watching, and right now, I'm going to go hop into some more trials. Have a great day, Guardians.